Oh my gosh, this is probably one of the worst metal roofs I've ever seen, including the skylight flashing. Actually, no, I'm kidding. I'm just sitting in my truck here, and we are going to do the first ever, worst roof ever follow-up video to the worst metal roof and general contractor ever. I think it was published like 6 months ago. Yeah, 6 months ago. If you haven't seen it, there's the thumbnail. Not good. This video actually just blew up very recently. Actually, what's the date? November 27th, 2023, 4:30ish in the afternoon. I'm actually here in the parking lot of the driveway of this property here. Whoa. So I'll give you a real quick idea of what I'm doing here. We'll try to make this a little bit faster of a video. I am here at that house, as I just said. If you have not seen the video of this property, I really strongly encourage you to go back, play the video. I'll try to link it at the end of the video up top here in the description down below. Check it out if you haven't seen it. It's really good. I'm just going to give you a little context of what I'm doing, and then we'll get into it. I'm in the truck because it's cold and it's windy. We're going to do a quick walk around. I've been in contact with a homeowner over the past few weeks. He had asked if I'd speak to his attorney. I'm in the area doing some other stuff, so I figured I'd just stop out here and check it out. So I call him up. He was asked to not be around today because the defendants, two parties in the defendants, so it's building a court case. 6 months later, all process or progress on the property has been stopped from right before I shot the video. We're going to do a quick walk around. As I said, he's not here. He doesn't live here. He was requested to not be here while the two defendants and their attorneys do a walk around and inspection of the property. Earlier this year, after the video, I believe, the owner hired an attorney and a structural engineer to inspect the property. All kinds of stuff being found. He asked if I would speak to his attorney and see what I could do to help. Obviously, he's a military guy. If you happen to see, I'm in my Humvee here. I do what I can to help veterans. The guy is either still active in the Army, I believe, or retired Army. Either way, I'm going to do what I can to assist him to help. I'd like to be able to just fix the whole issue, but it's a big issue. It's over six-figure issue, so I can't fork that out right now. We're going to do a quick walk around the exterior. It is locked up currently. I can't get in, but we can see the barn. There's some things I want to clear up as far as the comment section. The comments that have been pouring in over the past week, thank you all for taking the time to leave a comment so the owner can go back and kind of review that. With that being said, the video I did do cannot be used as evidence, but can be used as an exhibit. So we're going to do a quick walk around, go into the garage barn area. I want to point out some things with the inspection process and permitting process and clear up some comments on that, as well as a big comment that the owner used the cheapest guy. That's not the case. So let me get out here, do a walk around real quick, and kind of fill you in on some things, see if there's anything that's done different. There's the big, hideous pile of wasted material during demolition and new construction framing material that's been out all year long. When I shot the video, I was up on that section up there. There's a little pocket, valley, low slope transition area with skylights. Disaster. I'm not going up there today. Nothing's been done. We're just going to walk around the outside here. I don't believe anything has been done on the exterior. The structural engineer did say there are issues everywhere that need to be addressed. Underpinning on the foundation. All kinds of stuff. And go up into the barn here. We'll clear up some misconceptions on permitting and inspection process. You can see, I believe everything is just exactly as it was 6 months ago when I was here. Nothing looks different. This door's locked too, I believe. Yeah, deadbolt. So I can't get in anything but this right here. So we're going to talk about this because this involves the permitting process. Shaking a lot. Let me set this down. There were a handful of comments that came in regarding permitting. Now, I don't know where you're watching from. Everybody's watching from somewhere different. I can tell you from my hometown, Kokomo, Indiana, if you're familiar with the Indianapolis 500 or the Colts, I am 1 hour north of there in Howard County. In Howard County, there's no permitting required for roofing. It varies based on the trade, and in Indiana at least, I may not be able to say truthfully for other states, but in Indiana, it's based on the county or the city you are working in and the trade. So here in this county where I'm standing, where this new construction was added, there's no permitting for remodeling or roofing, possibly some other trades I don't know. And if I dig up and find out I misspoke in this, I'll add it in a comment and pin it to the top or something, update it. Based on the homeowner, there was a permit needed for this because they changed the footprint. They added on this section here. So there was a permit for that. Now, typically, and I can speak from personal experience with my commercial property, I bought remodeled, and eventually sold in Howard County. We changed the inside of the commercial property. We needed to get permits, rough inspection of framing, rough in electrical, and a final. Howard County. Here, permit for changing the footprint out, adding on. Permit. I did not say inspection. No inspections needed, just the permit. And I personally think with the counties that do that, it's all about money. They just want to throw you at the top of the list, and when it's done, they can charge you a higher assessed tax rate. So with that being said, clear up the misconception and the people saying, oh, where was the structural engineers and the county guy and this and that. It's based on the city and the county. Same with like Marion County in Indiana. You got to be registered, go through their orientation. You got to pull permits, certain things you can do. Like, so for example, in Marion County, you can do a roof over, no permit whatsoever. If you replace 100 square feet of decking, you got to have a permit. If you're going to tear off a roof, you got to have a permit. What's that do? It encourages people just to do a roof over. That's why you find roof overs. It's stupid. It's the stupidest thing. Plus, in that same county, in Lawrence, dual registration, dual process, I did a roof. It's the stupidest thing ever. Got to have inspection. Oh, I'm protected by this county inspector, right? Guy shows up about 400 pounds. Not to offend you people, but this guy shows up, walks up to the door, initials the permit that I had to pull, walks back to his car. He's like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm done. It looks good. Everything's good. Keep on proceeding. I'm like, are you serious? Like, that is a disjustice to your city, your town, your whatever. It's just stupid. So, as a contractor, and you want to build a good reputation, do good work. I don't need somebody that's not going to do their job to tell me I did good or do bad, because what do they know? He didn't go up on the roof. He didn't do anything. He just saw, okay, it looks like it's good. Okay, proceed. Are you serious? Permits are a joke. Now, if a guy's going to do good, he can find issues. I'm going to babble. So, all right, well, I cleared that up. Permit for the addition, no inspections required. Another county real quick, roofing permit, just a couple counties over this way I've worked in. They require a permit. They require a final inspection. No deck inspection, nothing like that. Various counties, different things. Basically, they drove by. Yep, it's done. Okay. Higher tax dollars, that's kind of what I think it is. It's all about money. We're going to talk about that when I get back to the truck too. And then I addressed the comment basically that's coming in about the guy being cheap. He knew the contractor, the general contractor. Now, there's a massive breakdown after they got going into this agreement and started going. The GC here should have stopped everything. He should have stopped, fixed the issues before it got to this shithole of an experience that it's been. If I'm a general contractor and there was some stuff I had heard about the whole issue that's gone on, he even showed up and said, oh, this is a disaster, but let the guys keep going and basically disappeared. It should have been stopped, addressed, and fixed. Maybe I misunderstood this part, but I had heard before even doing the project, he quoted $4,000 to demolish and start fresh. And then basically said, okay, we can do the demo, and I don't see anything unforeseen that's going to be an issue. And then they progressed, and it turned into this, and it got really bad, really financially bad. So it wasn't that he used the cheap guy. He actually used somebody he thought he could trust that had a decent reputation at the time, but it went disastrously south, like bad. So, all right, got that out of the way. I'm cold. Let's move on. Something I saw when I walked around a minute ago before shooting this video, I just did a quick walk around, see what I could get into or not, is this right here. This header here for the garage pole barn style. As I look at that, let me zoom in. What is that resting on? Do you see it? There's a dark cavernous void right there. What is the weight of this header resting on? You got the actual beams that are laminated that transition into treated wood that go down to the ground. What's the header resting on? I don't know. You let me know. Let's do a quick walk around because I'm cold. The other thing I'm blown away is the backfill, or not the backfill, but the fill for the rock down here at this. Let me turn around here. Look at this. There's a good foot height here. I don't know. I'm not a pro at this footer foundation framing stuff, but your siding is lower than the seal plate up under there, or whatever you call that, banister. I don't know. I'm not in that trade. But what's going to happen to all this if you finish the floor inside? Eventually fall out in a road and fall away? Or are you going to backfill this and bring grade up? I don't know. It's just to me, it looks like a disaster. Like I said, they had the structural engineer out, said they found issues with all kinds of stuff. And there's got to be some massive modifications and underpinning done to the foundation. That's why these holes were dug. Again, it's not the trades I'm in, so I don't know. He did say that after the new roof was put on, he's got metal blowing off, so he got fascia blowing away. There's a chunk of fascia metal on the side coming off over here. Some of this stuff is actually just done bad. There's a hole up there. Oh, my fingers are freezing. This gable end cap, it's lifting up, wasn't ever screwed off. Let's jump back into the truck real quick, because I've got an idea. We're at 10 minutes. Let's try to wrap this up a little quicker here. I had another guy call me, found me on YouTube, I believe, earlier this summer, July, August, something like that. He calls me this morning, and he said, hey, well, so back up real quick. He found me earlier this year, however, whatever. He had some Storm Restoration Pro do the roof, and he wanted me to inspect it as an independent inspector before he made final payment. I showed up. I was in the area. It was like the Monday after. They finished Friday or something. I don't know. I'll go back and watch the video. And I'm like, yeah, I found some issues you should have fixed. Pipe boot issues, nail pops, flashing on walls, just various end wall flashing things. Just not done good. You should have it fixed. Never hear anything back. Thought he had it addressed, taken care of. No charge for him. Another veteran. In the community section, it was me holding an artillery shell. It was that individual. Okay, you can find that. Find the time. Find the video that came out in that time. You'll see some little short clips I've done of it. But anyway, he calls me this morning. Said he's got an issue. Summer was dry here. Fall comes, rain starts moving in. He sees a leak in his ceiling, contacts the company. They ghosted him. They're not responding, not replying. Kind of a sad situation. So he calls me today, and I probably spent more time asking him questions about that company than I did the issue itself. Now, he's frustrated, doesn't even want to deal with them. If I can save you guys the headache and the hassle, that's what this part of the video is intended for. Sponsored by Brian at Grand Roofing. Actually, no, I'm just doing it as a good deed to hopefully save you guys these massive headaches like this one out here. So, they're ghosting him. He tells me the name. I'm like, okay. I'm sitting at my desk. I type it in. I'm like, how did you get references, reviews, do your due diligence? He's like, yeah, I thought I did. I asked him the process. He's like, well, he gave me 3 references. I called him. I'm like, okay, well, who were they? What were they? Where were they? He's like, one of them was in your hometown. It was a church. I was like, what was the church name? I've grown up in Kokomo 40 years now. Never heard of that church. Doesn't exist. Was it somebody paid, somebody, friend, family, whatever the case may be? You got to watch where these reviews are coming in, if they're going to be biased, or if they're going to be truthful. Like, did you do your due diligence and dig in reviews and different platforms? Well, I thought that was good enough. They were raving reviews. I could go pay somebody to give a raving review. It's driven by money. So, I'm sitting there. I look on Google. I look up on Google Maps. I look up on the BBB, which I'm not a fan of. Just various platforms. And what I turn up in about 10 to 20 minutes was a bunch of negative reviews. A lot of the reviews were bad quality work. He didn't care about them. He's a paper pusher. He subs it out. Never does. And I'm not saying subs are bad, but I want to be clear on, if the company doing it has good reputation, it doesn't matter who, if there's an issue, somebody's going to step up and take care of it. But in the reviews, he clearly commented back saying, don't harass my staff. Don't call my staff. We just did the insurance and we sent it out for somebody else. Call that company. It's not under warranty by me. That's a big red flag right there. If you read that, would you want to use them? All the other Google reviews, you can't manipulate, right? People are going to go out of their way if they had a bad experience, leave a review, typically on Google. Google reviews is the best. BBB is a pay-for platform, meaning the contractor pays. There's ways to make them disappear. Dmitry Lipinski did a video on this recently. 13 minutes. Okay, we're still good for a few. All I'm saying is do your own due diligence. If you're going to put that kind of money into a project, spend a little time. Pet peeve of mine, Facebook Marketplace. Horrible! Horrible! Don't go to Google or Facebook and leave a comment. Who do you recommend? I don't even respond. It drives me insane. Facebook Marketplace is the new Craigslist. It's outrageously bad platform to use. Could be good, but they got to do something about it. My pet peeve, though, is when people say, oh, who would you recommend to do a roof? And you get everybody and their brother chiming in. You get contractors saying, use me, I'll come inspect it, blah, 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 blah. That's not your due diligence. If you're being that cheap to not put time into it, and you're just going to leave a comment, or you're tempted to leave a comment and just see what people say. Maybe it's a good way to get some names of contractors, but don't just stop there. Then do your own due diligence and dig in and read comments. Look up Google Maps, look up Google reviews, look up the BBB. Not a fan of BBB, not a fan of Yelp, definitely not a fan of Home Advisor. Google primarily and word of mouth. Dig in, save your problem, or save your potential future issue. Now, I will say, there's this saying in life where if it's free, you're the product. That's probably not probably, that is very true. All right, so if you got guys coming and knocking on your door, we'll give you a free inspection, you're probably the product. They're making money on you from your insurance company. If they have a motive to make money doing that, and they have salesmen canvassing the area. Now, I'm not saying I don't want to make enemies, because some guys are good. But if you dig in to the good contractors, they're going to have good reviews. By the way, if you're going to a Google review and you happen to do any digging, maybe look on LinkedIn who the owner is, get his name, look through the comments, and if it's got last names the same as the owner, that's a red flag right there. Very biased, manipulated reviews on a good platform. There's some common sense you can use, okay? Trying to save you some time, some headache, so you don't end up in a situation like this. We're at 16 minutes. I need to wrap up. I thought about doing a review video on like what you could do to see like how I, within 10 to 20 minutes, typed in his name, looked at various platforms, and determined, yeah, shyster. Would not recommend him, would not use him, run the other way really quick. If you have any interest in that, let me know. I need to be careful of the whole defamation and slander. But now if I'm reading comments and public knowledge from a platform that this guy is either hosting or part of, like, for example, his website or Google reviews, things like that. On his website, it clearly said, we only use contractors that have got 20 years experience or 10 years, whatever it was. Our install process is the best in the industry. We do thorough inspections of every crucial point along the way, as well as a very thorough final inspection. Well, if that's the case, go back and watch the video of the inspection that I did of that roof, and you're going to see things like, yeah, that's horrible. So if that were true, how did this end up? I don't know. So lost my train of thought where I was going with that. I'm getting really cold, guys. We're at 17 minutes long for this follow-up video. If you want to see more follow-up stuff like this, let me know. I'll try to put more time into it. Just happen to be in the area. Want to help them out. And the idea for the review process. Roofing due diligence. I don't know if it's a good idea. You think it might benefit you. Contractors, homeowners, whoever. And also, on that note, I don't know if I mentioned it or not yet, but if you're an upcoming contractor or an aspiring entrepreneur or something, just please quit chasing the dollar. I'm tired of all these gurus and how to make $1,000 a day and all this. There was only one video I ever did, how to make $600 a day. It was a spoof, all right? You get these guys, there's a handful of YouTubers out there, how to make $1,000 a day, how to make $600 an hour. You really want some honest advice on how to make money? All right, ready? Listen. Find out what the market needs, what the market is asking for, and provide it to them better than others. That's it. Mic drop. Once you can learn how to do that, the money will come flowing back to you. I don't chase the money. I don't go out and chase dollars. I don't go out and door knock and solicit and sell roof and insurance money to have these issues happen. I do stuff like this. Word gets out. People come seeking me. Money comes in. It's a simple solution. If you're looking at going to college, ask yourself, do I want to go to college and spend maybe $100,000 in 4 years of my life to be in a rat race? Or do I just want to spend a little time, not watching videos and wasting my time, and educate myself in what the market needs and fulfilling that need, that service, that niche, that whatever, do it better than the other, focus on true value and not perceived value. If you're focusing on perceived value, it's going to catch up. If you focus on true value, word will get out. I don't pay for advertising. 19 minutes. All right, we are going long. If you could, give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I got to get busy. I'm losing my daylight, and it's cold. So, as always, until next time, be safe. Random thought just popped in my head. I don't know if I said, I'll leave the link to this video of the house I'm at that I did 6 months ago up in the top card that's about to show on the screen if it hasn't already right up here. Worst metal roof and general contractor ever. Check it out. Let me know in the comment section down below if you like my idea on this little rabbit hole I'm going to go down. Until next time, be safe, and we'll see you on the next one.